आदरणीय श्री जॉन जोसेफ जी, आदरणीय श्री कुमार जी, आदरणीय देवदास जी, मित्र और मधु जी, सज्जन और माता भगिनी, I have been asked to speak in English, which is not the language of my practice nor my study. Moreover, I feel that it is a beautiful language, but it is inadequate when expressing the Bharatiya concepts. But still I will try, and please bear with me. Organizational science behind the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, that is the topic. But you know that Sangha organizes the Hindu society. Why? Why Hindus? Anybody may ask, why not Hindus? But there is more to that. We organize Hindus because we are all Hindus. We have our languages, we have our worships, we have our castes, subcastes, so many religions, so many ways of living, foods, etc., etc. But nowhere in the world all these diversities go together. Maximum they can do is that too for some time tolerate each other. But in our land, Bharat, this is the way of life. Janam bibhrati bahudha vivachasam nana dharmanam prithivim yathaukasam sahasra dhara drvinasya me duha dhruva vydhenurana praspuranti. So many people, so speaking so many languages of different dharmas, and our Mother Earth bears and gives everything to everybody. That is the way of life, and this is known in modern times as Hindutva. This is the Hinduness. So our religions are different, our languages are different, our caste lineages are different, the places we stay, the geography is different, therefore food is different. But everything is different, still from times immemorial we are connected together. And as time passes, the diversities increase. One language becomes many languages. That happens in the natural course. Still we are holding together. Why? Because this is our sanskar, this is our sanskriti. And this land which sustains everybody, accepts every diversity, respect every diversity, we hold it as our mother. We worship it as our mother. Ambike Jagadambike, you heard the song. That is common in all castes, all languages, all religions. Deshabhakti. And now the scientific studies, they say that since 40,000 years, we belong to same ancestors, their lineage. Our DNA is common. So we are one people. This is our motherland. And we have grown into the same samskaras. Our religious denominations are different. But this difference between the Bharatiyas and rest of the world is very striking. Everywhere it is evident, whatever may be the religion. So this is Hindutva, and the society which behaves like this is in Hindu society. Why should Hindu society be organized? Because organized society creates a prosperous country. Now, when a nation becomes prosperous and strong, then it inevitably tries to dominate other countries. But not here in Bharat. We were economically, militarily, in all aspects, once, we were number one in the world. And from Mexico to Siberia, our ancestors went. But nowhere they conquered people. Nowhere they converted people. Nowhere they tried to change what was there. They added. If there was any lack, they treated it. They fulfilled it. That is our record. Atalji in his poem, he says, Bhubhaga nahi, shata shata manava ke hridaya jeetane ka nischay. Not lands, we conquer hearts. But to become prosperous and give this gift to world, it is necessary. The world views originated from the other lands, they seriously lack in one aspect. They don't know the connection. There is no relation. There is Sharira, Mana, Buddhi, body, mind, intellect, but they are separate, independent. They don't have any connection. So, if you want to acquire wealth, you will have to forego your bodily pleasures. At times, you will have to put your mind on the backstage. You will have to bear with the insults. Then only you can earn. If you want to live without insults, proudly, then you will have to face the financial difficulties. If you want to have bodily pleasures, then you let your intellect go, let your mind go. Because there is no connection. Together, how can they go together and prosper together? How can we earn, consume, and also lead to salvation ourselves? How can this be together? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. How can they go together? That linkage is missing in their chintan, their thoughts. But in our Bharatiya land, our ancestors, they got to know this connection after the tapasya. They found that existence is one, and therefore everything is related. And therefore, there is no contract, there is relation. If you give me this, I will give you that. That is not the way to live. Whatever I have acquired from everybody and everything. We are part of this world, we are part of the nature. We are not separate from it. We don't want to conquer it, we want to live it with. We want to acquire everything from that, and we must pay back. We must give back. That we know. And therefore, today's world needs this view. In G20, they very gladly accepted Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Because they knew global market, they did not know global family. They had heard of it, definitely. They might have imagined about it. But nobody in this world has lived it for 3,000 years. We have done that. So we have to live. When we live, we become prosperous. And we can do our duty to give this prosperity, peace to the world. And therefore, Why organizing Hindu society? Because Hindu is the repository of this knowledge. Hindus have to give this to world and they have to prepare themselves. That is why Bharat will prosper. But doing this is not a result of any policy. There are many good policies, there are many good laws, but everything depends on man. How he enacts, how he puts everything into practice. He has to live what he knows. He has to live what he preaches. And in that respect, from at least 1,000 years, we are lagging behind. So if we want a peaceful world, we want a prosperous Bharat. And for prosperous Bharat, we want a society with qualities, a society with unity. Unless that change occurs, good leaders, good policies, good governance, nothing will work. They will do good up to this limit. Beyond that, they will fail. The reason of failure are individuals. Because society behaves in a particular way, not because of intellectual thinking. Common man doesn't understand intellectualism, doesn't understand thought. He wants examples. Even ideals, they do not suffice. Ideals are like stars which we never reach. But we can plot our charts according to them. So when a common man, he plots his chart according to the ideal, Adarsha. There are so many in our land. It is a continuing galaxy of personalities, exalted personalities. In every respect of life, we have those ideals. But when we plot our charts, we see that the road is ridden with so many difficulties. And therefore, an ordinary man doesn't dare to tread that path. But if he has a friend who walks that path and who invites and who is ready to hold his hand, he will dare on that path. That is the psychology. And therefore, organizing the society means creating the fashion setter, trend setters. So, organizing the Hindu society means creating the living examples from amongst the common man, ordinary men. They are ordinary in every other respect, but in terms of their character, their resolve, they are exemplary. These men are wanted. Wanted men. There was a poem, Wanted Men. Not systems, fit and wise. Not faith with rigid eyes. Not wealth with mountain piles. Not power with gracious smiles. Not even a potent pen. Wanted men. All other things work when men are worthy. Creating this worthy men, man-making process, that is organization. Why I am telling you all this? Because what is the intent? Intent behind doing good work brings out the desired result. If intent is your selfish interest, there are so many persons doing good work. But some do good work because they want to fight in next election and they want to have votes. So when elections are now near, after some 2 months, you will see there are so many people ready to serve the society. All of a sudden, they will come to you and they will bow to you, offer you their namaskars, and they will request you to give chance to serve you. If you give them chance, after elections, they will meet you after 5 years only. That happens. Because what is the inspiration? Inspiration is some selfish goal. Or there is some fear. When we ride our bikes, red light is there. But if policeman is there, we will obey. Otherwise, we dare to cross that line. That is usual occurrence. Danda hai to kaam hoga. That is also reason we do good works. These things are not useful. Some situations dictate us to do good thing. Though we don't want to, we have to. All these inspirations are not the inspirations which carry you far. Even for ego, people do good work. I can also do this. I will do this. People will take my name. Oh, this fellow, he did this feat. I will receive some prize. Can I get Padma Shri? Can you recommend me for Padma Bhushan? I have done so many things. These things do not work. The only thing, the good thing we do, the inspiration that works is love. These are my people, this is my country. We don't want anything else. We don't want power, we don't want popularity. Why? I cannot remain silent when people are in difficulty. Because they are my people. The inspiration has to be this pure to create the desired result. Men with capital Men can be created only when the man who ventures to do this work is totally selfless. The Sangha founder was a totally selfless person. After him, we collected his property and put it in an exhibition. The property occupied 4 compartments of an almirah. And out of 4, 3 were filled with the letters he wrote. There was a tiffin carrier, there was a torn coat, there was a sturdy chappal, and there was a lathi. Nothing else he left. There was no material possession of his owning. He did not crave for any publicity, popularity. He was our first Adya Sarasanga Chalak, but he never say, obey me. He did never say that. Because he did not crave for anything else. Tera vaibhav amar rahe ma, hum din char rahe na rahe. That is the inspiration which can create this man. And then we have to create organization which will make man making work. In our tradition, it is called as Loka Sangraha. Let not people go astray. Turn them on the right path. That is Loka Sangraha. This is the work of Loka Sangraha. This is not the work of indoctrination. That is different. The organization is working, of course. There is a vyavastha, there is an arrangement, there are so many adhikaris, I am Sar Sangha Chalak, Dattaji Sar Karyava, like that it goes on. But that is not real organization. We have to build an organization which will serve the society. Which will serve the society which wants to serve the world. So, conceptually and psychologically, it should be coterminous with the society and make the society coterminous with the world humanity. Then it should be independent. Otherwise, the relations, the antagonists, all this work to create us and them. That should not happen. The organization which always thinks about everything and all. For that it has to remain independent. It should run itself. It should be self-perpetuating. It should be independent. There are so many things. If you want to make a nation prosperous, we have to do so many things. But those so many things will not be done by this organization, because so many things in our Adhyatmic tradition, it is called as upadhis. Upadhis are not desired, but you have to go through them. So there has to be an arrangement wherein, though the organization has to deal with upadhis, it will not be involved. Sangha has done this. Sangha as an organization never takes interest into any other matter than creating men. Sangha does not do anything. He said moral authority. I don't know. We don't have any authority. We have friends everywhere. We don't exert that pressure. We don't control anything. Because we don't want to. If we start that, our work will be destroyed. So Sangha says Sangha will not do anything. We are making men, we are training our Swayam Sevaks. Swayam Sevaks will see about the society, whatever is necessary, they will go and do it. That is the arrangement. Independent, autonomous organization dealing only with Loka Sangra, with man making, nothing else. We have friends everywhere, still we have to keep away from so many things. We have to keep a particular distance from what they do. Though they are our Swayamsevaks, they are doing good work. We have to help them, but help also should be so discreet. And then this organization must be goal oriented, not organization oriented. There was a slogan which caught on. Rashtra Bhakti Tera Naam RSS RSS. The day our Raju Bhaiya was the Sarsanga Jalak, he heard it, he put a curb on it. No, we are not the monopoly of Rashtra Bhakti. Every Bharatiya is Rashtra Bhakta. We should not give this Nara. RSS Jindabad, not allowed in RSS. Because we are not working really for Sangha. We are working in Sangha, but not for Sangha. We are working for our nation. Our nation which works for the world humanity. So that organization has to be like that. It should not be person oriented also. Amuk amuk neta aaye hai, nayi roshani laaye hai. That doesn't work in Sangha. No. People come and people go. Sangha runs forever. Because it is goal oriented. We are friends in Sangha. Friends like brothers, more than brothers. We can die for each other. But this relation, this love is through our goal of creating a prosperous and strong Bharatiya nation, Hindu nation. That is our goal. We are working towards that goal together, therefore we are friends. That type of organization we have to build, and therefore, again, ideals, they show the light. But we have to create examples. Create examples means I have to be an example. To create examples, the creator must be an example. So whatever we preach, we have to practice first. What we cannot practice, we don't preach. In Sangha, there are so many Bodhiks, lectures like these for our Swayamsevaks, in our training classes. Even in public we speak, as I am speaking today. But all this we have experienced in Sangha first and heard later. We don't go in Sangha by hearing lectures. We go for playing. Then we go for their very friendly people. He described the behavior, why we are attracted towards our Karyakartas. Then we understand the goal and we work for the goal. All these Bauddhics and theories and everything we heard much later. When we hear each sentence, it prods our brain and awakens some memory. Oh yes, I have seen this. I have seen this happening. Oh yes, it is like that. I have done it. That is the mental response while hearing. So there is an example. And being an example doesn't suffice. We have to be friend. In our camp, our adhikari asked the Shiksharthis a question. Night has many stars, but day has only one. And still day is brighter than night. Why? The answer is clear. It became clear in that group. They were 10 class students. They thought for some time and then gave the right answer. The sun is nearest star to the earth. And it is Swayam Prakashit. It has its own light. Nearer is the moon, but it has the borrowed light of sun. And therefore when it cannot see sun, there is Amavasya. No moon night. And there are so many bigger stars, bigger than the sun. But they are much away. Sunlight reaches us in 8.5 minutes. The nearest star after that is Alpha Centauri, which is 30 light years away. So most of the light gets diffused in the stratosphere before reaching Earth. And what we see will be 30 years old. So we cannot see what is there today. Therefore, we have to be near, we have to be friends. Sangha work, methodology, is basically a methodology of nurturing friendship. Papan nivarayati, yojayate hitaya. Prevents the friend from going astray towards the bad things. And takes steps so that he will uplift himself for his good. Guhyam cha guhati, gunan prakati karoti. Some faults he may have, some secret things he may have, and friends knows it. Friends know it, but they don't discuss it outside. The faults by their own friendship, they reduce to nil. They don't discuss it. Gunan prakati karoti. Even small quality of their friend, they will discuss with everybody. Oh, our friend knows this. Our friend can do this. He is such a person. And they can identify the hidden qualities of a friend. And they can treat him so that those qualities blossom. Apadgatam na jahati. When he is in some difficulty, they don't go away. They help him. Timely help is given. Dadati kale. These are the lakshanas. Sanmitra lakshanamidam pravadanti santa. These are the things. Due to his friendship and example, he follows. Yadyadachariti shrestha tattadeve torojana. Sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. That is the rule. So, a very common human being, our Swayam Sevak, he follows. And we adjust the speed. Dr. Edgewar had these qualities. Very extraordinary man. But he never showed his extraordinariness. He worked with Swayam Sevaks. Initially, he didn't have any accomplished persons of our society. They were engaged in all other activities. Social reforms, independence, movement, all these things. Everybody was engaged in that. So Dr. Hedgewar could muster only children and college-going students and very young professionals. So nobody experienced, but Dr. Hedgewar was experienced. He had experienced every work. He knew what to do perfectly, but he didn't show them that he knew. When it was declared that Sangha work has started today on the Vijayadashmi of 1925, after that function, some 25-30 people were there. Everybody came and asked Dr. Sahib, what we do next? Dr. Ji said, I don't know. We should sit together and decide. He knew everything, but he didn't tell. He let them think. He went to their level. He stooped to their level. When they saw Dr. Ji, Balasaheb Devras once described in his Bauddhik Varga, we saw Dr. Ji that yes, he is something more than us, but only 2 steps ahead. So we can try and go and be equal with him. And we tried and we thought that we are equal with him and again looked. Then we saw that, still 2 more steps ahead. Like that we went ahead. He took us 10,000 steps ahead. But we never felt. We felt only those 2 steps. That is why in Sangha we don't preach or teach big things. We teach small things. Keep your shoes in line. Don't move in Daksha. Don't talk when you are in Bauddhik Varga. Small things. We take care of pennies. Mounts will take care of themselves. That happens. This we do, and this we do. Nobody knows we are doing it. Even sometimes we forget that we do it automatically. It becomes our nature. Because the man-making work is not something to be forced. It is very delicate work. It should come from within. And therefore, once Rabindranath Thakur said, not hammer strokes, but the dance of sparkling water, sparkling showers, shapes the pebbles into perfection. That is the methodology. We befriend, we work with them, we stay with them, we eat with them, we roam with them, we do shakha with them. He sees us and tries to step after us. And there is no us and our Swayamsevaks. We are all Swayamsevaks. Even I am Sarsanga Jalak, but first I am Swayamsevaks. That is permanent status in Sangha. Everything changes. Sarsanga Jalak also changes. Swayamsevaks, once a Swayamsevak, always a Swayamsevak. So the Swayamsevaks learn it. Sometimes unknowingly they learn everything. Such delicate handling of each person is necessary, and therefore we don't force anything. We let him choose. Like in Gita, Bhagavan said, Vimrushayeta date asheshena. I have told you everything. I have left nothing out. Now yathechasi tata kuru. Whatever your wish. So we let choose. There are appeals, but we don't see who follows. We just throw the hats in air. If they land on someone's head, okay. If they don't, okay. We let choose and let our Swayamsevak loose. But we always will be there to care for them. In cities there are swimming pools and there are swimming classes. But in villages there are no classes. There are people swimming in a river or in a bigger well, and just for fun, children go to see it. So someone pushes them in. And then no one lets them drown. But they have to float on their own. So this is our country way of man making. You say scientific philosophy or science of an organization. I don't know how much science is it in that. But it works. And we can create men. And this process, it goes on lifelong. Because nobody is perfect. Perfection is a very distant horizon. You have to go on working, go on learning. Even while you teach, you have to learn. You learn from teachers, you learn from students, you learn from spectators. Everything, everywhere you can learn. And every time you have to learn lifelong. There is no limit. इतना आगे जिसका कोई छोर नहीं. There is no limit. जहाँ पूर्णता ही मर्यादा हो, सीमाओं की डोर नहीं. Till you achieve perfection, you have to go, and in our tradition we say, if I don't achieve perfection in this birth, there is rebirth. No, next time I have to continue where I left. I have to pick up that thread and go on. So actually, there is, what is our ideal? Yes, there are so many. From Dr. Heidegger to the ancient seers, we can name anybody and everybody. But actual ideal is the principle. So Guru is the Bhagavad Dhwaj, not any person. Dr. Heidegger could have put himself as Guru very easily. He was worshipped by the first Swayamsevaks. And even now, his memory is worshipped by all of us. But he never said, when there was Guru Dakshina, everybody thought that today we will have to worship Dr. Ji and offer Dakshina to him. But he said that no, we have to worship the Dhwaj. It is our Guru. Like that we work. And we have to be self-sustaining. So we create our own Karyakartas. We create our own funds. This Guru Dakshina is offering by Swayamsevaks annually. For running of Sangha, we do not accept a single pie from outside. Our Swayamsevaks, they offer Guru Dakshina. It doesn't even today, it doesn't suffice for a year long, but okay, some 2-3 months, we have to bear with that. But it is good because it is not necessary, then more than necessary money is always harmful. And less than necessary money is always painful. So bare necessary amount, Swayamsevaks they offer annually. We run Sangha on that. Service projects, etc., society is with us. They furnish everything. Our Swayamsevaks, they give their time, their money, their labor, everything they invest. But society helps in all other matters. But Sangha is running on only itself, nothing else. So everything we run, that therefore we can be independent, we are independent, we can speak frankly and truly. We can also choose not to speak because we don't crave after popularity. So we don't want to become popular. We will tell always truth. And what is beneficial for humanity, for nation, for an individual. That is how we do it. And this can be done year long because there is team working. That is also an example for coming Swayamsevaks. First thing is, every Swayamsevak worries about Sangha. How can I contribute to Sangha? At least nothing I do should harm Sangha. That is his worry. And Sangha worries about every Swayamsevak. So once in a camp, our Sarsanga Chalak asked a Gana Shikshak, commander of 22 persons, how many have turned out in this camp from your Gana? He said some 20-25. Sarsanga Chalak said, they are not potatoes or brinjals. They are men. It cannot be 20 or 25. It is either 20 or 25. You have to worry for each man. It is not potato. It is not vegetable. This type of thing, every Swayam Sevak is paid attention to. So, otherwise, we wouldn't have counted the shishus. The tiny tots, they come to Shakha. We also count them. And if someone is absent, then the Ganashikshak or Gatnaik goes to his house. He has not... What can he contribute in this age to Sangha? No, but he is an individual and we worry about it. One for all for one. Secondly, nobody tries to go ahead for the photograph, for the fool mala. No, there is anamikata. The credit is not desired for. When there is we ask someone to hold a particular post, first reaction is, he is better than me, why don't you try with him? In elections, our regular elections are there, 3 yearly term is there, and Sarkar, except Sarsanga Chalak, everybody is either elected or appointed. So all Sangha Chalaks below Sarsanga Chalak are elected. But we don't get candidates. Everybody tries, no, someone better. Someone is better than me. Because they don't want credit. And to take responsibility, everybody jumps ahead. Success has many fathers, failure is an orphan. But in Sangha, it is reverse. I am responsible, but I don't want credit. That is the anamikata. We are a team. So, if there has to be some name to become famous, our team should become famous, not an individual. And this requires very informal relations. That informality we maintain. Sarsanga Chalak can be asked any question by anybody in Sangha. I had abundant mustaches when I became Sarkariva, and I went to one camp. And there was a student as Prabandhak. He was seeing after my arrangements. He was studying in 9th class. Someone told him that these mustaches, they are not real mustaches. They are purchased. So he always used to stare at my face. I also observed it and I was thinking why he was doing. So he made a resolve and came to my room afternoon after meals. And he said, I want to ask you one question. I said, ask, what your question? Your mustaches, are they real? This can happen. This can happen. In Shakha, our Devrajji was sitting in the courtyard. Shakha was going on. He wanted to go there for prarthana. He was just there. Some shishus, they are also always very rebellious and it is very difficult to babysit. So that Ganashikshak, he was out of his mind and he slapped one particular imp. Slapped him. He straightway ran to Bala Sahib. Oh, Bala Sahib, dekho maar raha hai. See, straightway to Sarsanga Chalak. That can happen in Sangha. Because this is Vyavastha. But really we are Swayam Sevaks, friends. Atmiya, that anaupacharikata, the cordial family atmosphere we maintain. Sangha is a family. And it is not a restricted family. It goes on expanding. It is going to organize the society, whole of the society. We don't want to create an influential organization within the society. We want to organize the society because unless society takes up this cause, it is not going to materialize. Not even a powerful organization can do it. This is the duty of the society, and when everybody in society thinks, lives and is ready to die for the country, country will not prosper. So Sangha says we will organize. And organization, people, the men are created, the created men will do everything else. So this organization expands, takes everybody in its fold, and then Hindu society will take everybody in the world in its fold. Not convert them, but teach them how to live with their own speciality, own their vishishtata, their diversity, how to make it useful for the emancipation of their own life as well as emancipation of all humanity. That way we have traditionally in our custody. And it is in our custody because we have to give it to the world. That is why this organization, we feel necessary, we do it, and then the process, you know, there are 4 P's: pick up, pin up, pull up and push up. You have to pay special attention to prospective individuals, those who can progress rapidly. They have to be given special attention. And you have to have judgment about their abilities. You have to give them work accordingly. The work given is not for results. The work given is for the development of that individual. In Sangha we get the responsibility not because we are able. To make us able, they give us a responsibility. And then we pin him up. We take the suitable job for him and we pin him up. Oh yes, this is for you. If you do this, you will again go ahead. And we also give him support. We pull him up. And not only that, we push him up. In politics, if someone comes from behind and goes ahead of you, you will try everything to pull him back. You will see ahead and, oh, these 4 individuals, they can come and go ahead of me. We will thwart them at their own place. That will do. In Sangha, it is not like that. When I was 5 years old, the person, our Jilla Pracharak, who told me for the first time Dr. Hedgewar's name, he is now 99 years old. He became in charge of Pranta Samanvay, and he did not have any bigger responsibility after that. So many times he has scolded me for my some misdeeds and not attending Shakha and everything. Now I am Sarsanga Chalak. He is also in Nagpur, I am also in Nagpur. But he never rose this thing. He is in very happy mood. He never mentions that he was my Jilla Pracharak. I have to tell people. There is a lot of satisfaction when a Swayam Sevaks we have trained goes ahead. That is push-up. Shishya Dichet Parajayam. This is how Sangha works. Now, how much science is there? I don't know. But I feel that every science needs some art. And every art needs some science. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. To become that, science is Satyam, it needs Sundaram, that is arts. And arts is Sundar, but it needs Satyam, that is science. Then only it can become Shivam, beneficial, purifying to everybody. Sangha works on these principles. It is principle of Loka Sangraha. We do Samparka. That's why we create friendship. We enter the minds and let others enter our minds. Without speaking, we know each other's thoughts and mind. That is how we cultivate our sambandhas. That is samparka. And then by small actions, we create samskaras. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a nature. Sow a nature, reap a character. That is how national and individual character is shaped in Sangha Shakha. And then we give him some work, we goad him in some work so that he can prosper by taking experience. Everything we teach is on ground, nothing in class. No classwork in Sangha, always in field. So give him work, he will learn. Once Dattopanji Thengdi, he was sent to work in Kerala, first Pracharak I think. So he went to Chennai first. The Pranta Pracharak of then Kerala, it was Kerala and Tamil Nadu together. Dadarao Paramarth was there. Thengdiji told me this kissa, this story. So Dadarao Paramarth, when he went to see him, he landed in Chennai by GT Express in the morning. And then after Snan, etc., having his alpahar, he went to see Dadarao Paramarth. He was sitting, seeing some letters. And he said, "Oh, Thengdi, you have come? This is your ticket. By afternoon train, you go to Trivandrum. Work there. I will come after 3 months." So Thengdiji said, "Dada, I don't know the language. I have just come from Nagpur. So tell me something so that I can work." He said, "Thengdi, what rubbish. If you know what to do, you'll know how to do it." That is how Sangha works. So you can say it is a scientific art, or you can say it is an artistic science. Whatever name you give, it works. And because it works because it has no other aspiration than creating a society which will take Bharat to new heights, so that the dream of world peace and prosperity can be achieved by the world humanity. Thank you very much.